Erin Johnson on top against Vannessa Griffin of Crazy 88, Team Lloyd Irvin on bottom. I think this may even be the last black belt final of the day, of course not counting the absolute divisions, which we'll have later.
I want to see that absolute division, man. I want to see it bad.
Vannessa Griffin on bottom.
This is trying to get a hold of Erin. Full close guard still. Doesn't want to open up.
Griffin going high for that overhook of the left arm of Johnson. Trying to control the posture. Good posture from Johnson and sitting up like that, but you can see climbing high is Griffin with the strong overhook and the grip over, up and around over the back. Oh, could possibly see a Kimura here.
Kimura right there.
Got the Kimura. Close guard Kimura. Very powerful attack.
Oh, she got hand-in-hand to defend there.
But still, Griffin could rip this out.
Yeah, it becomes a Kimura trap and she can go anywhere as she wants.
Could use it to sweep. Could use it to hip bump sweep. Could use it to drop back with a Kimura. Hunting that submission right now.
There you go. There you go.
Griffin almost gets the arm out.
Look at that, look at that. She's almost there. It's still hand-to-hand, but it's getting weaker.
This is a bad position for Erin Johnson.
Position.
The posture completely broken. The arm is out. Trying to roll. Flexible shoulders, but that's not going to save her. If Griffin can just keep cranking on that arm. Gets top position, but doesn't let go of the arm. Still working on the arm lock.
Yeah, 6 points on the board.
And it looks bad, but people don't realize how flexible women's joints are in comparison to men's, right?
Oh yeah, way more flexible.
They could go through a greater range of motion, especially in the shoulders and the hips that men can. So what looks like a really gruesome Kimura for some is actually not that big a deal, but yeah, she manages to recover, but now under bottom mount. So Vannessa Griffin uses the submission attack to sweep.
You know that the female hormones play a big role in that flexibility, right? It's crazy.
Yeah, it's a one of those things in Jiu-Jitsu that we've seen it again and again. We've seen some just awful looking submissions, and it's like, how do they not tap? And the girl's like, well, don't feel anything, I'm fine.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Very solid, very heavy, low mounts for Vannessa Griffin. Smothering control.
Yeah, she's doing it right. Like she's her head is right in front of Vannessa's, and she's dominated the arm on the other side, beating the arm. There's no way that she can get out of there right now. Erin's trying her best, but can't do much from there.
Still working on that. Oh, she had the arm control briefly there. I like the way that Vannessa Griffin is like, was pinning Johnson's hand to the mat. Yeah. It's a very strong control. You can
far from the body.
Yeah, because you can maybe step up and over into the triangle directly from the top position. Yeah, just like that. Keeping the arm away from the body, right? Because anytime your elbows are away from your ribs, you feel threatened. Griffin putting the head down as well now, possibly looking for an arm triangle. Because that's the thing, if you already tested the flexibility of your opponent with a submission.
You already know that she's like not going to tap for anything. Like.
So you got to go for a choke.
Yeah, exactly.
Because then, you know, it's like Elio Gracie said, right? Even the tough guy can't resist the choke.
Trying to trap the arm with the other hand. Going for Americana right there.
Maybe not for the submission, maybe just to get that elbow up and away and
could be.
Go for the katakatami, the arm triangle choke. But utter domination so far, very strong control. Vannessa Griffin just really dominant in this match so far. It's about 4 minutes remaining in that Kimura sweep from close guard. And here's an Americana. But again, those flexible shoulder joints of Johnson, I mean, she survived the Kimura, now she survived the Americana. I think Griffin's gonna have to change her strategy here.
I was about to tap.
Tap just watching it. Still control of that arm. Vannessa Griffin not giving anything away. And I think that's smart. Because, you know, it's so hard to try and, if your opponent gets their elbows close to the body, it's so hard from the mount to get them to open back up.
Yeah,
again, right?
yeah. Especially in Nogi.
So that double wrist control. Again, just using the threat of the rotation, the Americana. Both a shoulder and an elbow lock, but Johnson manages to push away a little bit, gets her elbows in tight, but the heavy hips. Griffin keeping low. Just less than 3 minutes remaining so far. You can see that she's doing her best to keep those elbows in now. Now she's got her hands back in, but let's see if Griffin changes up her strategy and goes over those arms, maybe for a mounted triangle or something.
Yeah, the triangle from here it would be like perfect. Her hand is stuck here. So the leg comes, the right leg comes on the head, and you got a triangle right there.
Again, pins that hand to the mat. It's a very strong positional control, and you can see her kind of just briefly walking the hips up a little bit higher, changing the angle. Big hip bumps from Johnson, but not going anywhere right now. Griffin just cruising. Again, going for that double wrist control, but with the head around, the arm around the head. No real chance of getting the arm lock from here. Even with that rotation, the flexibility of Johnson sufficient to survive. She's got a minute remaining though. Could still switch it up and go for the choke. Big rotation on the arm, but still not quite enough to force that submission. Griffin going really high now. Actually here it's getting an extra rotation. Wow. So the traditional Americana, simply not enough, but Griffin was able to get her chest onto the upper body and then use that to further crank the arm around to make it a full-on shoulder attack and get the submission with less than a minute remaining. I think the persistence really paid off in that match. We will be back later today with action from the Absolute division. We're anticipating that may start around about 6:30 or a little later. We will hopefully know the mat assignments for those later. But Yeah, the absolute division is looking loaded. There's an absolute ton of guys signed up for it. It's going to be very exciting, and hopefully you should be able to watch all of that here later. We'll be right back after this.